Hey, I'm Eli, the electronics guy. Wanted to come on here. I was actually watching this video and I was like, I need to just record my reaction to this. So if you haven't heard, Blackmagic Design came out with a new HyperDeck. So I want to dive into it. I want to make a video of you all seeing my reaction. So I've actually been like holding off watching any reviews on them. And I got like this far into this video and was like, I need to stop right here, rewind, and just share my initial gut reactions, and we can kind of talk it out. So let's dive in. Let me go ahead, and I'm going to rewind here just a little bit, and I'll go ahead and play. We're going to stop and pause as we go. So let's see how it goes. Fast forward a little bit, get us. It looks like a pretty sweet, I've heard about it. It looks pretty sweet.
In this update, I'd like to talk about DaVinci Resolve and collaborative workflows. I think we've developed a really great cloud workflow, and it's really exciting. But before I start, I wanted to talk quickly about HyperDeck. So we're going to be announcing a new model today. It's called HyperDeck Shuttle HD. So let me show you and we'll check it out.
It's actually interesting. So I have a A10 Mini Extreme, and I absolutely love it. 100% love it.
It's very different. The biggest difference is really the front panel.
Man.
It's designed for desktop use.
I've seen this before and it just looks really sweet.
But it's a full HyperDeck. Now the design is really dominated by this large search tile on the front there.
This is where I stopped before. So everything from here on out I have not seen. So
yeah, your hand really naturally rests on it, so it's really nice to use. So I'll show you if I turn it sideways, you can see it really rests there really nicely. And then you have these really big transport control buttons at the top there, the same as traditional broadcast decks. I'll show you the rear connections.
There we go.
In the back there, you can see there's...
Okay, full-size SD card. Okay, I can do that. Cameras are kind of full-size SD. Can always do a micro SD to full-size SD card adapter. Looks like external discs, so USB-C. So my like Samsung T5s that I use for my ATEM. If you haven't seen my ATEM video, go check it out. It's I released it a couple weeks ago. And I have like this 3D printed Samsung T5 like dock that I can dock my hard drives into. So I like seeing that, and then HDMI in and out and Ethernet.
The connections. So there's HDMI in and out, and you can record and play via HDMI. Now it's actually a HD model, so it handles NTSC, PAL, 720p, 1080i, and 1080p formats.
Yeah, I'm not doing 4K
makes it
stuff.
Perfect for A10 Mini because it plugs straight in.
Yep.
Now there's a USB-C connection on the back for recording and playing to external discs. Plus it has an SD card slot at the top there.
There's the Samsung T5s.
Both SD cards and UHS 2 cards. There's also a 1G Ethernet port. So that means any ATEM switch can control the deck using Ethernet, even ATEM Minis. So you can trigger playback like in macros. Plus there's a standard 12-volt DC power connection, and it includes a power supply.
Interesting.
So let's plug it in.
So I use my iPad a lot with, if you haven't seen Mix Effect, go check out Mix Effect.
So we can see the playback. So what I'll do is I'll plug in the power
It's a great app
first,
for the A10 Mini Extreme.
and I'll plug in the HDMI. There it is. Now I'll insert an SD card.
I wonder what kind of a class. I'm assuming like probably a decent class SD card you have to have.
After it's checked the card out to play, I just press play. See, there it is.
Wow.
So you can see it's playing back the clips on the monitor. To loop playback, you just press play a second time, and it'll loop all clips. It'll loop one clip if you have the clip button down.
I wonder if you can use the jog wheel to like select which ones.
So to do that, you press the jog and scroll buttons to use it. So I can use, there's a jog button there, and I can do jog. You can see that I'm jogging around. It also has scroll, which is there. So it's like a faster jog. So you can see it's nice.
So this would be nice. You could have it like up on your preview screen, get it queued up, and then cut over to your live.
It also has shuttle. So the shuttle, you push both the jog and scroll buttons at the same time, like that. Now you can see I can shuttle up and down the media. So it's like, you know, a traditional broadcast deck shuttle. Now I'm going backwards. Now you might have noticed the clip button. I mentioned it a second ago. It's used to stop playback after the current clip. Whoops. Now that's really important when you're playing clips into a switcher. Like you could have a card with a lot of TV commercials or music videos and stuff like that, and you don't really want it playing into the next clip accidentally. So we put a clip button on, and that'll stop the playback at the end of that clip. Now you can see there's also a record button, so you just push that when you want to record. See,
I like having the external recorder, and I'm curious to see what their price point is because like some of the ATEM Pros, like the cheaper line, just having some kind of an HDMI recorder, that was like one of your cheapest options. So I'm interested to see this. I have had my ATEM Mini Extreme did one time, and I've never been able to have it reproduce again. It was also an older firmware, so I updated the firmware after that. But it did, like, it told me it was recording. It wasn't flashing. I'm 100% that it said it was recording, but it didn't actually record on me. And I've seen some other people say the same thing, but again, that was older firmware. So I've always been like a little hesitant, like, man, if I did like an actual event or something, I think I would want just cybersecurity data stuff, you know, backups, you know, right? 3-2-1 rule of backups. Like, I just would feel more comfortable having 2 copies of something. So this would be nice to be able to record
for ATEM Mini as well.
Yeah.
Now you might have noticed that there's actually no LCD on it. So like, how do you change the menus? So that's easy because the menus are actually overlaid on the video output. It's why the menu buttons are recessed. You can see them there. Because you don't want to accidentally push one of those buttons when you're in the middle of, you know, playing back. So let me show you the menus work by pressing the menu button here. And if you look at the screen, you can see it come up. Now you use the search dial to go through the menus, like that.
Okay.
And then when you want to go into a menu, press set. So I'll press set.
And I'm interested, I wonder if like your macros can queue up things without having to go through the menu
ProRes,
stuff.
DNX, and H.264 file formats. So you have all the codecs you need for live production or post-production. It really has codecs for both. Now it supports long recordings into a single file. Plus you get true interlaced H.264 format. Now that's really important with 1080i HD formats, but it's also important for recording NTSC and PAL formats. You know, all the archive content you might be recording is generally NTSC, PAL, or 1080i HD formats, and it's interlaced. So with an interlaced H.264 files, it's a really important feature for archive. You know, it keeps the original image structure of the videotape unchanged because you're capturing everything. Now there is another cool feature we put in there, and it's a teleprompter. It's got a teleprompter built in. Now with a big large search style, we thought it'd be fun to add a teleprompter. Now it just uses RTF text files.
So like if you go back and you look at my ATEM Extreme video, so I have an old iPhone 6. That's actually the camera that you're watching me on. And then just behind that, I have my screen. And that screen, so I have my laptop pulled up on it so I can basically see. So like when I'm looking at my screen, it's not perfect as a teleprompter, but it's pretty close. Like I'm looking at the screen, I'm looking at the camera. So there's a little bit of an eye movement difference. But I've always wanted to have something where I could do like a text teleprompt stuff. That, oh man.
As a script.
Pretty sweet.
So let me show you how to enable it. The settings are in the video format menu. So all I need to do is go down to the codecs and I'll go in there and I can scroll down the bottom. You can see it's all the way down the bottom there. I'll just push set.
Teleprompt.
Now it'll switch over and I better close that menu.
I wonder what
now,
kind of
I need to do though is I need to insert an SD card with an
Yeah.
RTF script file. So I'll do that.
Let's see on that. What was that?
Now what I need to do though is I need to insert an SD card with an RTF script file. So I'll do that.
RTF
now I have a card here with scripts on it. This one. So let's have a look at it in the computer. I'm going to show you what they look like. So I've got the computer here and I've just inserted the file. So you can see I've got a couple of scripts here. So I can open them up and you can see I've got just a standard RTF file this is in TextEdit. So now let's load the script back into the HyperDeck Shuttle HD.
It's like just a rich text format file. Okay.
Take the script file out. I'll insert it into the HyperDeck. Now the HyperDeck will show the text file on screen. It's reading the RTF text file just like a video codec. And I can even play it. So I'll play it. See, there it is.
Wow. Oh, that's so cool.
So it's playing the text file just like it's a video file. It also picks up formatting from the RTF file. It uses a built-in font, but most of the other formatting is actually read from the file. So like font color or font weight is read from the file. You also might notice that the font size, it's bigger than what the document was, which was 12 point. That's because teleprompters need a larger font size for display.
See, this is nice. So like where that was coming up is it's like just below my iPhone. So below my camera.
You have a setting for font scaling. So you can write a script in a normal font size and the HyperDeck will actually scale it up for display for you. So you don't need to keep like changing the font size in the text file between display and between editing. There's also settings for margin plus vertical and horizontal flip. It's pretty important you can do that because the prompter is obviously mounted on the front of a camera and you've got all the mechanical limitations of how it's mounted, so you might want to need to flip it or set the margins. But I think it's pretty exciting having a prompter built into HyperDeck. You know, you can follow the presenter with the search style. It works with jog, scroll, and shuttle. So let me show you that actually. If you go jog, You can see I can scroll through. You
Wow.
can see
So like I could have that like literally right here
it's
to my
actually really
left.
nice and smooth.
And if I was spinning that,
and you can use
guys would
scroll if
never
you need to move
see,
through the
like,
script
what I'm
faster.
doing.
See, it's like really fast.
So I could like spin there.
Or you can
I
use
could be
shuttle,
spinning
and
that.
that's
My
more like
finger's
our
spinning.
traditional prompter would work. See, there it is there. So you can set the speed.
I'd be really interested that jog wheel. I mean, I'm sure Blackmagic has like taken time to do it, but I'd love to get like hands-on one and get a microphone right up to it and see like how loud it is.
Go backwards. There's an indicator at the
I
top
wonder if
right-hand
you
side of
can,
the screen to just show you
like,
what it's
if
doing.
it's noticeable. Because like
so it's
my
so
microphone
nice.
is
Now,
pretty
the next
close
clip,
to my pocket.
The previous clip buttons will let you switch between clips, between scripts, sorry. So if I go...
If you're curious, my mic, I use the Rode Wireless Go sometimes, or I use a Zoom Track P4 with an external XLR. But right now I'm using
the scripts.
just the Rode Wireless Go
It's a different
2s.
script. There it is there. So it's pretty cool. You know, I've got to scroll. There's jog.
That's pretty
So
neat.
you can have more than one script on the card, and then you can just switch between them. So the new HyperDeck Shuttle HD will retail for $495. And, it's really such a unique...
Okay. I was hoping for like $395, but yeah, $495, that makes sense. About $500. Doesn't surprise me, but I mean, if you think about it, it's a HDMI recorder, it's a teleprompter controller, let alone the whole HyperDeck stuff feeding into, your videos and that kind of stuff. So, okay, I get it.
design, and it's very powerful.
Yeah.
Plus, HyperDeck Shuttle HD is available now. And it's so many uses. It's a master recorder, it's a media player for live production switches, and it's also a teleprompter.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting. Anyway, so now let's talk about cloud workflows. Now, we've been working on this for a long time. However, I think it might be a good idea to explain our thinking on cloud workflows. There's really two issues we have to consider. One's technical, but the other one's actually Blackmagic culture. And culture is quite important. This is not just a
I think they're getting in. I think this is no longer, let's fast forward here. I think this is...
If you can't pay.
Let's see. Yeah,
really
this is going on to their other stuff. But anyways, yeah, super cool. I wanted to do a quick video, reaction video of the new HyperDeck. Yeah, pretty sweet. I don't know. I might have to try to get my hands on one for sure. Let's zoom back here. Let's get like the beginning there. It's pretty cool.
I'll show you the rear connections. So in the back there, you can see there's...
Yeah, I like that. It's got the USB. See, I think I'd probably use USB more than SD cards. I use SD cards, but not as common as my hard drives. So that's been my biggest issue with like the other HyperDecks was you had to do SDI, and then you had to do SDI converters, and you had to do all this extra stuff. This is nice. It's just on the desk. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Okay. Well, anyways, I think this video has gone long enough. It's about 10 minutes, a little over 10 minutes. So, I'm Eli, the electronics guy. And, so thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll put out more videos like this and other stuff. So see y'all.